All right, guys, welcome to Monday's episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Rohde. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. A very exciting day over at Halas Hall for Ryan Poles today, as he brought in 3 top prospects to continue the top 30 visits and maybe even trade up the number 9 overall pick, not trade back. Super excited about this, guys. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Nick Rohde. It is Monday. It is a good day to be a Bears fan because we are only 17 days away from the NFL draft. Ryan Poles is going to do a lot of things with his picks right now. He only has 4 picks at the moment, but looking at who he brought in today, the likeliness of a trade back continues to grow more and more. So today for the Chicago Bears, they brought in Ohio State wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr., generational type talent. Some people even have him going in the top 3, but with recent mock drafts and what other teams want to do, he could move back to being the number 4, number 5, number 6 pick. A trade up is possible for the Chicago Bears. We'll get more into Marvin Harrison in a second, but then he brought in speedster wide receiver Xavier Worthy from Texas, the guy who broke the NFL combine record in the 40-yard jets with a 4.21 40 time. Crazy quick. Thank you for tuning in, guys. By the way, make sure you go in the live chat and put a bear down or an FGB if you're just logging in right now. Great to see you guys on Monday. I know there's not a ton of news going on right now in regards to, trades, other players coming in or anything like that. It's a pretty quiet period, but things are going to heat up quickly for the Chicago Bears, and I am super pumped about it, and you guys should be too. And then the Bears also brought in an edge rusher, Latu Latu, from UCLA. So excited to see that Ryan Poles continues to go out and, look at players, see what they're about, who he can get. And overall, very excited about what's going on. What's up, guys? We got some people entering the live chat right now. All right, we got Robert tuning in right now. Bear down, baby. Oh, we got Joe Lowe from Panama tuning in. Bear down and get extra picks. There's a question for you guys. There we go, Scuba. Nice to see you. FGB, absolutely. And happy Monday, everyone. Hope everyone had a great day. I did not. Work was hell today, but I'm excited to be here with you guys. So please hit that like button if you're just tuning in. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Let's hit 15,000 before the NFL draft. But let's jump into some of these players that we went through today that the Bears brought in for a top 30 visit, which, by the way, Latu Latu was at Halas Hall at 7 a.m. Central Time today. This dude was the first top 30 visit today for the Chicago Bears. So pretty excited about that for him. I'm looking to bring up some of the stats for you guys. Let's start with Marvin Harrison Jr. for you guys. Obviously, one of the number 1 picks in the 2024 NFL Draft. Ohio State University, son of Marvin Harrison Sr., very exciting stuff. Oh, wow. We got everybody tuning in around. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate it. All right, let's talk about Marvin Harrison Jr. So let's pull up some of his information according to NFLDraftBuzz.com. All right. Let's see if we can pull that up. I'm trying to pull it up for you guys to show it on the screen, learning this whole StreamYard thing. Okay, we're going to try that later. But Marvin Harrison Jr., obviously, you guys all know him. If you don't know him, you know him now. He's a projected, according to NFLDraftBuzz.com, the number 1 overall pick. But obviously, Caleb Williams is going to be, along with another couple quarterbacks. But this guy is unbelievable. 6'3", hand diameter of 9.5 inches, 40 time of 4.39, weighing 209 pounds and a 32-inch arm length. His QBR when targeted is a 125.2. And according to NFL Draft Buzz, his rankings are pretty darn impressive. Hands, 83 out of 100. All these ratings are out of 100, by the way. Short receiving, 97. Medium routes, 100. Deep threat, 100. And blocking, 71 out of 100. A projected top 5 pick according to NFLDraftBuzz.com. And his NFL comparison is Jamar Chase. I would not mind that, guys, by the way. Marvin Harrison Jr. is a super, super special player, and his stats obviously show for that last year for the Buckeyes. 67 receptions with over 1,200 receiving yards, a 18.1 yard per catch average, and 14 receiving touchdowns. He has declared for the NFL draft. He has met with the Arizona Cardinals and the Chicago Bears. So those two teams obviously both need receivers. So he went there, and the Bears had him in a little bit later than I expected, by the way. So could you guys imagine, I want to hear you guys' thoughts in the live chat right now. Could you imagine Marvin Harrison Jr., Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and Caleb Williams? Oh, Scuba, you're already ahead of me. Look at that. Could you imagine Caleb and Marv would be phenomenal? The 2 generational picks. what would probably have to happen here, if we're being honest, guys, is the Bears would have to trade up that number 9 pick, probably give up one of their seconds in 2025, which I would be okay with. And I mean, move up a couple spots, but get Marvin Harrison Jr. and Caleb Williams would be phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Next year's draft is full of more edges, so I'm okay with that. But on top of it, that'd be crazy. We got some Freebird. Let's keep going, guys. So also, please throw your comments in the chat, what we're talking about. So Marvin Harrison Jr., super, super awesome player. Now, let's go to Xavier Worthy for you guys, who learning more about. This would be if the Bears trade back the number 9 overall pick. So Xavier Worthy attended Texas last year. He is 5'11", according to NFL Draft. That's weird because ESPN has him at 6'1". I don't know. But overall, tall, not a super tall player, would definitely play a slot position, would probably replace Darnell Mooney, if we're being honest here. But Xavier Worthy, 5'11", 170 pounds from Texas, ran a 4.21 40 time at the NFL Combine, an NFL Combine record. 75 receptions, 1,014 yards, 5 receiving touchdowns, and a 13.5 yard per catch average last year for Texas. He has a 41-inch vertical, so he can get up. I mean, he's got absolute bunny hops. He could dunk a basketball. Arm length of 31 1/8 inches. And his QBR when targeted is 92.1. The big problem with Worthy is the fact that he is really small. He's projected in late first, early second at the moment. He's really small. If he gets popped, he stays down. So he can get hurt really easily, unfortunately. And on top of that, he doesn't get good separation unless he does, but he's not good in contested catches. Like absolutely one of the, not the worst, but out of all the top wide receivers, not one of the best, to say the least. Hands, 82 out of 100. Short receiving, 84. Medium routes, 90. Deep threat, 88. And blocking, 61. So overall, I think he's a solid wide receiver. He has an 86 out of 100 overall rating according to NFL Draft Buzz. I don't know what his Madden would be. No, that's not why we're here. But this would be a trade back. So if the Bears traded back, maybe got an early second, I could see them getting an edge or, Jackson Powers Johnson and then picking up Worthy in the second round if he's available. I think he'll drop to the second. He's, again, not a big wide receiver. His speed is what makes him dangerous. But I also wouldn't mind. I mean, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Xavier Worthy would be a crazy good combination. Let's hear your guys' thoughts on that right now. He looks very skinny out there. Yes, I mean, 170 pounds in the NFL is nothing. Huckleberry, you're not about it. Totally understand that. Guys, we got Don Burr in here right now. It's a Monday for sure. And then we got Scuba. I think Worthy is top second round pick more than likely. If we're trading back, I'd go for Brian Thomas Jr. before him. Couldn't agree more with that. I'm shocked Brian Thomas Jr. hasn't been to Halas Hall yet. Something to keep in mind for later on, guys, but we'll see. And then the big dude who came into Halas Hall today, LAIATU Latu. Let's pull him up from UCLA. He does have a brother, by the way. But 6'5", 260 pounds, is a senior. So he is currently, when is his exact birthday? He is, oh, they don't have his birthday up here. Sorry about that. But he's 6'5", 260 pounds, hand diameter of 9 5/8 inches, and arm length of 32 5/8 inches, a 40 time of 4.64. So this guy flies off the line. A 32-inch vertical and an overall span of 80 inches. That guy is, I mean, he's got a big arm length. This guy would easily be a top 5 pick if it wasn't for his very, very scary injury history. But he bounced back from his injury. He had a really bad neck injury and a really bad knee injury. But last year for UCLA, we are not talking about Xavier Worthy anymore, by the way. Sorry, guys. We are talking about edge rusher LAIATU LATU. All right. So LAIATU LATU for you guys. He's a really strong player. There's no doubt about that. He, obviously being 6'5", is pretty darn impressive. Multitasking is not my thing today, guys. So LAIATU LATU, put it up. 13 sacks last year for UCLA, 2 forced fumbles, 49 total tackles, 28 being solo. According to scouts, this guy is a Lombardi Award winner in 2023, and he's a 2023 Ted Hendricks Award winner. Absolute speed off the line and length and athleticism gets into the backfield. He is just crazy good. And also he can play on the inside too. He did play defensive tackle a little bit for UCLA this past year. Exhibits impressive burst off the line, utilizing his quickness and gain to get on off unbalanced tackles. Demonstrates really good lateral agility. Utilizes a diverse set of rush moves. So he's good at spin moves, good at hand techniques, good at making opposing offensive linemen jump too, which is really good. Strong body control and good mismatch due to his speed, his strength, and vision because he's able to look at the ball really well. His injury history is what really, really scares people because of his neck injury that he had a couple of years ago. That's why his stock dropped. So right now he's a projected 10 to 20 pick. I saw some mock drafts with him in the late 20s. So if the Bears do decide to trade back, I wouldn't mind it. I think he's a fantastic player. I mean, really solid guy. Would be great against alongside Montez Sweat. But at the same time, Poles is big about his medical history, but they brought him in for a visit. So that speaks volumes a little bit, in my personal opinion. Spell that name. I put it out there. There you go. Hey, Phil, what's going on, guys? We got Maryland in the house. I would also have, and CEO Snow Game, I would rather have Jared Verse as well. Let's see. We got Love Latu. Everyone worried about his medical, but hasn't missed a single game in the last 2 years. It's true, but those lingering, those are the type of injuries, especially his neck injury, are the ones that you're kind of like, what are you kind of doing here? So something for the Bears to consider when looking at his medical stats. But overall, he's a really strong player. I think he'd be great. Out of the three guys that they brought in today, obviously everyone would love Marvin Harrison Jr. the most. At least let's hear from you guys too. But Latu after, and then Worthy. Because Worthy, I think we can get in the second round. If we trade back the number 9, I would rather get a guy like Brian Thomas Jr. I'd rather get Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, Roma Dunze earlier than going out and waiting. But yeah, overall, that's about it. Let's see what you got. And also, if you guys are just tuning in, make sure you put an FGB where you're calling in from. And please like that video if you haven't already. All right, we got Papa G calling in from Kansas. We got Bear Down from India. What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in. That's crazy. What time is it over in India? I have no idea. The other thing, too, that I want to talk about today is just how good of a job that Ryan Poles has done. I mean, his top 30 visits have been really, really solid. I mean, just across the board. He brought in 3 today alone. As we get closer to the draft, you're going to hear more rumors. You're going to hear more overall, things going on with the Chicago Bears. I'm excited, but thanks to our good friend Deke for putting this together. According to the Bears quarterback, they've had a ton of top 30 visits. Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr., and comment who your favorite is, guys. Please do that. So let's put that banner up for you guys. Comment your favorite top 30. All right, so comment your favorite top 30. I'm going to go through them right now for you guys if you haven't already. So on offense, quarterback Caleb Williams of USC, wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. of Ohio State, Roma Dunze of Washington, wide receiver Malik Neighbors of LSU, tight end Brock Bowers of Georgia, wide receiver Xavier Worthy of Texas, center Zach Frazier from West Virginia, and offensive tackle Corinne Ogmenjabi from Yale, local Chicago kid, which is really exciting. And then on top of that, too, we also had left tackle Joe Alt, Jackson Powers Johnson visit, and wide receiver Brendan Rice. And apparently Cedric Van Pran has also been to the Chicago Bears, too. So a lot of offensive linemen. The top 3 centers in the draft have visited the Chicago Bears, and most of the top wide receivers have. On the defensive side of the ball, Jared Verse has visited the Chicago Bears, and you have Dallas Turner of Alabama, Chop Robinson of Penn State, LAIATU LATU of UCLA. So all 4 of the top edges have visited. And then if you go to the DB room, I think the Bears are just doing their homework here. Cam Hart of Notre Dame, I just had him in my mock draft that dropped today. If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out after this video. So Cam Hart of Notre Dame, really big DB. Elijah Jones of Boston College, fast, big DB as well. And Namihi Pritchett from Auburn has also visited. So let's hear your guys. Comment your favorite top 30 visit that's been there so far. Right out of the gate, Marvin Harrison Jr. from Scuba. I appreciate that. Number 9 is blue chip prospect no matter what. No doubt about that. I think that they're going to trade back number 9, though, with all the players that they're bringing in. And Caleb Williams is my favorite top 30. Okay, absolutely. Let's keep hearing them, guys. Keep throwing them in there. My favorite top 30 that the Bears have had that isn't Caleb Williams or Marvin Harrison Jr. is got to be Joe Alt. I really like Joe Alt. I mean, if he's available at 9, if we do stick at that position, guys, you got to get an elite left tackle. I mean, there's good receivers out there. Next draft is loaded, absolutely loaded with defensive linemen. So if you go a year without Montez Sweat or just working with DeMarcus Walker, who is not a bad player, by the way, I'd be totally fine with that. But the Bears have brought in a ton of good prospects so far, and I'm totally okay with everyone they brought in. Out of everyone that they haven't brought in yet, again, I'm still shocked they haven't talked to Brian Thomas Jr. of LSU yet. That's a big one for me. Or safety Jaden Hicks out of Washington State. Those are kind of my shocks, but at the same time, they're just doing their homework. But everyone, wow, we got over 100 people now tuning in. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like the video, because you guys liking it obviously is making more people join the room. So that's great. Comment your top 30. So I'm going to see if I can pull this up real quick on my screen for you guys. But top 30 visit, make sure that you go and throw your favorite one in there. While I'm getting this up for you guys, I'm going to, all right, here we go. Top 30 visits. Okay. And it's our good friend Deke, who will be at our NFL draft party. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Really excited for that. If you haven't gotten your ticket already, make sure you get it today. But comment your top 30. So we got another one. Let's see. So we got Marvin Harrison Jr., which is great. Great visit. Oh, Malik Neighbors, William. Okay, I like that one too. I think Malik Neighbors is a solid top 30 visit too. I also, by the way, there's this rumor going around about him that he can't stay out of partying and all this stuff. I have not heard that anywhere, guys. Just putting that out there. I have not heard anywhere that he's got problems off the field. So I really like Malik Neighbors. Let's throw up on the screen. All right, you guys we're gonna do this. All right. So let me know. All right, here we go. So right now, the top 30 visits, thanks to Deeks for putting this together. You have Caleb Williams. You have Marvin Harrison Jr. of Ohio State University. You also have Roma Dunze of Washington, Malik Neighbors of LSU, Brock Bowers of Georgia, Xavier Worthy of Texas, Zach Frazier of West Virginia, Corinne Agmanjabi of Yale, and then also Joe Alt, Jackson Powers Johnson, Brendan Rice, and Cedric Van Pran. On the defensive side of the ball, you have Jared Verse of Florida State, Dallas Turner of Alabama, Chop Robinson of Penn State, LAIATU LATU of UCLA, Elijah Jones of Boston College, Cam Hart of Notre Dame, and Namahi Pridgett from Auburn. So I like this list overall. I think that Deke did a really good job also putting this together. So shout out to him for keeping track of all this. But this is a solid list of players. And what you see here is obviously you see the number 1 overall pick in Caleb Williams. You see Marvin Harrison Jr. in a trade-up situation. You see Rome, who could fall to 9, maybe fall back. You see Malik as 9. Brock, I don't see the Bears taking Brock Bowers. Just putting that out there. If you trade back Xavier Worthy in the early second round, you trade back, you get Zach Frazier in the second round. If you trade back Corinne Agmanjabi from Yale in the second round, but Dallas Turner is your number 9. Chop Robinson's a trade back. LAIATU LATU's a trade back. All these guys are trade backs pretty much. Joe Alt's not a trade back. That's a 9. Jackson Powers Johnson is definitely a trade back. Defensive end Jared Verse is definitely a trade back. All these guys trade backs right here. So you have your lock here. You're seeing polls is going ahead and saying, okay, I'm going to take this guy here if he's available. But also, if these guys are all available, I'm going to take the risk and trade back. So I like what he's doing. I like that he's taking his options. He's, playing chess, not checkers. I just love Ryan Poles as a GM, guys. He's really just doing his homework here. And this draft is absolutely loaded. Shout out to Deke for doing this. Really appreciate that. But what a top 30 visit so far for the Chicago Bears. Really, really good stuff. So let's go back now that I threw the screen up. The fact that Marvin Harrison had a top 30 visit means trading up is at least a small possibility. Yeah, Juan, it is a small possibility now, which is super exciting, which is really exciting that Poles is going to take that chance. So happy to hear that. Gerald asks if available. So Joe Alt at 9, Adunze and Verse. That's a good lineup too. I like Joe Alt. I think Joe Alt would be a solid player for this team. Antonio, what's up, man? A unique situation that the Bears have at 9. Couldn't agree more with that. It is a very unique situation that the Bears can trade back and still, I mean, they can get a good player no matter what. They are going to answer a key area of need here. Bowers is Greg Olsen 2.0. That's a pretty good statement too. I agree with that. MJ Black for sure. And then Scuba, it looks like they're hoping one of those quarterbacks will fall out of the draft so they can sign him as an undrafted rookie free agent. I think it would be Isaiah Jones, to be honest, out of Boston College, but for real. All right. William Rowe, on a real note, though, if top 3 receivers are gone, versus Latu would make the defense easily top 10 to start the next year. I think the defense is already top 10 in the next year. If you guys agree, let's hear it in the live chat. But I think this defense is going to be unstoppable next year. Really excited about it. But overall, good stuff over here. I just can't wait till the suspense is over. Phil, I can't wait for the draft to be over. Really can't, guys. And, if you guys are I know, you're like, oh, man, how are you just people are like, how are you just making stuff right now? It's tough, but your guys' support makes it possible. So I appreciate you guys always tuning in. I'm really excited about the draft. We're 17 days away. Things are going to start heating up here really, really soon. And one more comment from Lewis. All right. Couldn't agree more. I think that now that we have Keenan Allen, the Bears don't have to go out and get a wide receiver, but that's just me. But before you guys leave, if you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button on this video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We have Bears highlights all the time. We have a super exciting live stream tomorrow night. I'm not going to drop the guest, but you guys are going to be very excited for who it is. It's one of your guys' favorites to have on the show. So stay tuned for that. But with that, please like this video if you haven't already. And thank you for tuning in to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Rohde. Happy Monday, and we'll see you guys next time.